digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Nobody's in the house. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and wherever you're watching this podcast and this channel, and welcome to THFC Till We Die, our home of Tottenham past, present, and hopefully an exciting future under our new manager, under the new man to keep us up. It will be Roberto De Zerbi, the man that is going to keep Spurs in the Premier League and take us to glory next year. Yeah, there's not really a lot to talk about, is there, when it comes to Tottenham? We've got a new manager in. Simon Jordan? Keelan will be joining us in a few minutes. Why am I calling him Michael Jordan? I don't know. Not unless it could be Michael Jordan for all we know. It could be Russell Martin. Yeah, he will be joining me in a few minutes. We're going to talk a little bit about the finance side. Well, not really the finance side of Tottenham, but the Vini and Lang, and why are they sort of escaping criticism at the moment, and why they think it's okay to say, well, hang on a minute, it's all his fault. It's all Daniel Levy's fault. We blame him because it's all his fault. And I think there has to be some accountability here. There has to be some accountability where they are going to have to take responsibility for the mess they have made. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk a little bit about Mason Millier as well, who scored on his debut for Tottenham today for the under-21s in a 3-2 win, I think. I think we beat West Ham. Yeah, we beat West Ham 3-2 today. So it's great to see the 18-year-old Irishman who joined us from St. Patrick's Athletic, St. Pat's, turning the end, stepped off the bench in second half for long awaited first appearance and got a goal. It was a good goal as well. A tap-in, but they all count at the end of the day. Let's welcome a few people in and then we will get on with it. Big up to Stephanie as well. Big up, Stephanie. Happy Easter, Dermot. Happy Easter to you and all. I hope everyone has a lovely day tomorrow. Eats loads of chocolate, eats a lamb, and then we're going to feel sorry for ourselves on Monday or Tuesday, thinking, shit, we had too much chocolate. Big up to William as well. Big up to you, bud. Wouldn't it be great to see our strikers run a defence like the phone Keane? Yeah, it would be, William. Look, we've been so lucky with our strikers over the years. Strikers that I grew up with: Garth Crooks, Steve Archibald, Gary Lineker. and then coming into my teen years with Defoe and Robbie Keane and Berbatov and everyone like that. Yeah, it has been great. I'm sorry, I'm having a bad hair day. My hair doesn't seem to do what I want it to do. But yeah, yeah, it would be great. It would be very great. Big up to Stephanie as well. Good evening, Dermot. All in the chat. Stephen, sorry, why am I calling you Stephanie? Sorry, Stephen. Sorry, bud. Sorry. Oh dear, can see him. I can see him chucking a few things at my at the TV. Big up Dermot and all in the chat. Let's hope this is where we can turn the corner. I think we will. I think we will. And we are going to talk about that as well. Big up to William as well. Would love to see Bentancur and Romero playing front of back for Romero with his passing fitness, scoring more. It's not the first time I've heard that about him playing as a defensive midfielder. I think Romero's gone in the summer anyway. Sorry, I think he's gone in the summer. I don't think he will be here next season, unless there's a massive turnaround between now and the end of the season, and De Zebra can sort of change his mind and make him, this is the place where you need to be. But yeah, I would that would be interesting. It would be really interesting. Yeah, it's all quiet on Hotspur Way at the moment, isn't it? And I did see the video yesterday of De Zebra taking his first training session. It filled me with optimism. I did. I was watching it. I was watching it. And I'm thinking, do you know what? I'm liking what I'm seeing here. He's putting these players. He kept saying, you get him in the countdown, all one-touch passes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then when the one that worried me was Dragosin. He could not do a one-touch pass. He had to take a tap and then pass. It wasn't like one touch. He couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it. And I was getting frustrated watching it. Actually, thinking, can you not fucking pass a ball? But it was great. It was great seeing him there. He was talking a lot to Lucas Bergville as well, putting his arm around him. And I don't know what I was telling him, but I think you're going to be my main man. You're going to be the man I'm going to go through. Right. Right. Are you ready to come in?
Evening.
Good evening.
How are you doing? I'm okay. How are you? How is everyone?
I'm optimistic we can stay up.
Why? Based on what?
You give me one video and I'm optimistic that we're fine. We're not going to go down. It was a video yesterday of him taking his first training session. And I know you're giggling. You have every right to.
I'm not. I'm just. We'll see.
I'm back. Deluded back.
He's a better manager than Tudor. I can't deny it. So I guess if you look at it that way, then we got more of a chance if you've got a slightly better manager. But it's still the same idiots who are on the pitch. How are we doing then? Is everybody optimistic in the chat? I mean, look. Is it just you, Dermot?
Yeah. Look, I'm fine. I've got a problem with my earlobe. Hang on. That's better. Yeah. Yeah, I like what I saw yesterday. It was all one touch, just pass and move. And I was getting frustrated with Dragosin because he couldn't do it. He had to take a touch and then pass. Well, all the other players were. That shows how shit he is. He was also putting his arm around Lucas Bergville, which I thought Bergville had a good game for Sweden on Wednesday, by the way. And I do you know what? I think this is a manager. A lot of players went home going to the reports that they were really happy with the way that training session went. They really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, I'm going to ask the question. It's the players' mentality where we're in this mess in the first place, isn't it? To be fair. Why now? Why now are they suddenly thinking, do you know what? We like this manager. Okay, we're going to pay for this one. It's just so frustrating, isn't it? It really is so frustrating.
They'll like the manager until something goes wrong, and then when something goes wrong, they'll pass the buck, like that's all these players do. I mean, everyone says that these guys played under Ange. When they wanted to in the Europa League, they played under Ange. They didn't want to in the league. They might have wanted to. Ange might have got them on side for the Europa League, but they said he didn't want to play for him in the league last year. And we already know that they didn't want to play for Conte.
No,
there
was videos, wasn't there?
Yeah, we already know about Ben Davis and his gang who got rid of Nuno as well. So this has been going on for years, Dermo. This player power stuff in this club. And don't you remember when the rumors came out? Who was it? It was meant to be Harry Kane, Højbjerg, Ben Davis, and there might have been another one who were like the kind of power group in the team who got rid of Nuno and stuff like that, and who really had Levy's ear. Out of that group, only Ben Davis is still here. So is he the ringleader then? Do you think? Is he the ringleader of the players? Is he the one where if they've got an issue, it's not Romero who says anything, it's Ben Davis. He's the one who has to go and speak to the higher ups. Is Ben Davis the ringleader of Spurs? If so, that might explain a lot.
It probably would. It probably would explain a hell of a lot. Look, I've no problem with Romero coming out in public and what he was saying about the board. And I think that it's good to see that players do care in that way, that they want better players. But I do feel that this squad needs dismantling as quickly as humanly possible, because this squad is full of people that don't care. They've got no backbone, that don't want to play for the shirt. And when you got that sort of in your team, in your squad, and then you got owners that don't want to buy players, that don't want to back a manager, that sort of attitude, we don't give a shit, it's going to come down through the club. So it's now in the squad that we don't care. And now everyone's panicking. 7 games to go, 1 point above a relegation zone. Now they're panicking. Now they want to do something. Now they're coming out with all this bullshit of, oh yeah, we're going to stay up and we're going to give everything we can. Well, where were you at the start of the season? Where were you when you went missing under Ange, when you went missing under Conte, when you went missing under Mourinho, when you went missing under Thomas Frank, when you went missing under Tudor? So is it suddenly now you've got a new manager who's all got to press this manager, lads? Yeah, we've got to come in. Yeah, we've got to put our best foot forward. Then what? 3, if we don't beat Sunderland, we lose to Brighton and we lose to Wolves. We're playing Aston Villa. What are you going to do? Now I don't want to play for this man anymore. No, get rid of him. He's no good. Is that the attitude they're going to take?
They don't have any respect.
They all need to grow a pair.
I think there's a delay between you and me, Dermo. They don't have any respect. They've never had any respect. They don't respect the fans. They don't respect the managers.
I'll come out and come back in again, Tequila.
All right then. Yeah, I don't know why there's a bit of a delay going on. With me and Dermo, I don't know if it's on my side. Who knows? How you guys in the chat? Let's have a look. Pick up some of these chats while we wait for Dermo to come back. Happy Easter. Thank you, if you celebrate it. William says, wouldn't it be great to see our strikers run at defenders like Defoe and Keane doing the intro? Mate, if we had even one of those strikers, Defoe, Keane, Berbatov, any of them, we wouldn't be in this position. If we had just one of those 3, we would not be in the position we're in. We wouldn't be that much better, but at least we'd have a couple more goals. So, are you back, Dermo?
Yeah, I tell you why there might be a delay. There's a raging storm running through my county at the moment. We're under an orange wind warning at the moment. There's really windy out there. So I made that there may be a bit of delay. So I apologize if there is. Yeah, it isn't great, but no. Yeah, just to your point on the phone, Keane. Did you see Defoe got a new job during the week, which is very good, and good luck with him for it. I hope he gets on well.
We just need Berbatov to being a manager, and then all our Spurs ex-Spurs strikers are going to be a manager. Not Darren Bent, no, he can stay on TalkSport.
You love Darren Bent.
No, mate, he was rubbish for us as well. He couldn't get into the team because he had Berbatov, Keane, and Defoe in front of him. Dude had no chance, mate.
No, he didn't. No. I want to say big up to Paul Brown as well. Big up to you, Paul. Hope you're doing well. Big up to Arthur Busby as well. Big up Bushby. Big up Arthur. Hope you're doing well, bud. Where we're going to start? We are going to start with where we're going to start. We're going to start with this. Our new Irish sensation did score in his debut today for Tottenham against West Ham. He came on as a substitute as we beat West Ham 3-2. Talking about strikers, Tequila, I'm really excited about this young lad. He has a talent that I haven't seen since Robbie Keane. I've seen him a lot in the League of Ireland. I think he's going to be the next best thing to come out of Ireland, striker-wise. How important that, like, for me, it's so important that Tottenham look after him. But how important is it that they do look after him and they do have the right people around him? Also, he was playing first team football for St. Pat's, so he was playing in the first team. Would you have him within the squad for the last 7 games of the season, training with the first team with the idea of putting him in the first team for next season?
It depends, and obviously I'm not there in the training session, so I don't know what the atmosphere is like in the club. It would depend if you want to throw the kid into the kind of the hotbed of the relegation. I know you don't mean planning, but I mean just in general. Or if you want to kind of keep him, you want to kind of shield him from it for this season and then see what happens next season. I don't know as much about the kid as you do, obviously. I haven't been following him as closely as you do, obviously. But I will say that our track record is not amazing in the recent years. Obviously, the last striker who really came through for us was Harry Kane. Troy Parrott, who obviously you know well, didn't really cut it at our level. He's done well in Holland, obviously, and he did okay, obviously, for you guys, the Irish team. Our track record of nurturing these players isn't great there, mate. So I'd like to think that whoever's in charge next summer, assuming it is De Zerbi, will try to put a long-term planning for these kids. But let me ask you quickly, Dermo, do you think it should be the manager who does this? With the way football is nowadays, I'm not sure, because our managers are never here long enough to see any of these youngsters come through. So any youngster who he thinks might have potential, he won't get to see any benefits of it because he'll be gone. Especially De Zerbi, who never lasts anywhere for any amount of time anyway. So let's be realistic about it. If you're him, do you care about the future of Spurs? You might care about Spurs this season, but do you care about Spurs in 5 years' time? I'm not sure he will.
I don't think he would. I don't think you are right. If that was a Pochettino brought in, I think I'd have a different answer for you. And I think we all know. I think also on the Pochettino thing, that has to be put to bed now, Tequila. I think we're going to have to forget about that. He's never come back to Tottenham.
No, it's over. This was the opportunity. That's it.
Yeah. So I think we're going to have to put that to bed. Look, on him, I don't think De Zerbi. I think De Zerbi will be here longer than most people think he will be. Don't tell me why. I just got this gut feeling that. I know I said it's a marriage made in heaven, but it will end in tears. I just feel if he's been given the keys to the kingdom. He's been told you're running the football club side of it. You go and pick your own sporting director. You go and pick somebody that you can work with. Now, if that's the case and he gets all the insurances he wants and we back him and he gets the players he wants, then I think he might be here for a while. If Tottenham do what Tottenham normally do, then he will become inside 18 months. And as for this young lad, I think look, if it's not down to the managers, then it's down to the coaches that are there full time. The ones that are employed by the club that have to go in with every manager. There's full time coaches. They're the ones that have to make the decision on this. But he's a talent, Tequila. He is a real talent. He really is. I think he was playing League of Ireland football at 15, 14, 15, first team football. Now, I know a lot of people can say League of Ireland's different from Premier League. Yes, it is. But first team football is still first team football. You're playing against men. So I'd love him to see him in there, get used to training with the first team, and then from the next preseason, start using him. Start bringing them in from the start of next summer. But you are right. De Zerbi doesn't last more than 2 years, but he's given everything that he wants, and he's given if he's given the keys to the kingdom, and they've said, right, you get on with it, and he gets the players he wants, he gets the director of football he wants, and he's back properly for the first time. Then they're the other manager. Would your mind change on De Zerbi if he plays good attacking football, but we're competing? Does he need to change your mind, or are you still on? He's not the man for us.
I would like to think he's got to prove it to every Spurs fan, because I'm not sure. I mean, people were criticising Thomas Frank, and in my opinion, Thomas Frank was a much more experienced and successful coach in the Premier League than De Zerbi. De Zerbi was decent at Brighton, but he wasn't there for that long at Brighton. Thomas Frank's kept Brentford up for year after year after year after year. So if you're just looking at the track records of these managers, if you were to put these two managers together, I would have probably said to you, okay, so De Zerbi plays a better football, but I would think Thomas Frank's a much safer bet than De Zerbi. If you would have gone back to last summer, Thomas Frank might not have played the football De Zerbi does, but I think Thomas Frank was a much more reliable coach based on his record. So my question is that other than desperation, I've already got the answer for my own question. Other than the massive desperation we find ourselves in, why are we throwing the keys of the kingdom on this guy who, with all due respect, hasn't won anything and has only got quite a small sample size in England? Yes, he was good at Brighton, but so was Potter. Potter was good at Brighton as well. Potter was good at Brighton. So,
yeah.
I
think you're right.
Desperation, though.
I think you're right on that. I think you're spot on that. Why are Tottenham now? It is. And you look at De Zerbi, and I said it when he came. You and me both talked about it. If you knew you were going in somewhere that was desperate, say for example, right, I was hiring you to come and work on here, right, and I'm desperate for you to come here. I'm going to chuck everything at you. You can come in and say, right, I want 5-year contract, done. Can we not put in the relegation clause? Okay, yeah, we'll put that, but we'll give you an extra 30 million. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And we're going to give you can run the whole club, and you can do what you want, and you can do this, you can do that. Just sign on the piece of paper. Tottenham were bent over. Literally bent over a table and said, right, just do what you want. Because we're that desperate. Because we put ourselves in the situation, and the people that are responsible for that is Vini and Lang. They're the ones that put us in this position. And the Lewis family. So, I mean, people are right to blame the players, but I think there has to be you have to look the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is, why is Vini and Lang still here? Why haven't they been sacked? Why haven't they been told their job's untenable? Because they caused the issue. If they had sacked Thomas Frank early enough, brought in the manager to get us through, I don't think we'd be where we are now if they got rid of him back at, say, when we lost to Arsenal 4-1. And it just
the desperation,
Tequila, that these two.
Sorry, sorry guys. The reason why this is confusing is the delay, because I'm saying something and Dermo's it's taking him like 6 or 7 seconds to hear me, so it's difficult. But it's the internet issues from
Sorry.
I think from Dermo.
Sorry,
No,
I
it's the way
apologise.
that nothing you can do, dude. If it's the storm, then nothing you can do. But the point I'm trying to make is anyway, we apologise if it's like where there's delays. It's because Dermo's having to react for like 10 seconds after I'm saying stuff. So it is what it is. I just think that it's just short-termism, I think, and that's what ENIC are doing, Dermo. It's all short-termism. There's no long-term plans here. They fired Frank too late, obviously. They then brought in Tudor. They panicked. Tudor didn't work. They then panicked again and got De Zerbi. De Zerbi was never the one they ever wanted, right? Otherwise, they would have gone for him and thrown the world at him. Before they would have gone all out for him and thrown everything at him. After they sacked Thomas Frank, and they didn't. So they didn't particularly want him. He was just the only one who's there now. So this is we might stay up, but I'm sorry, I struggle to have any optimism for our long-term future because we keep making these short-term decisions. We might stay up, and if that's all that matters, then that's cool. Then that's it. We've done a good job. He's got a better chance of keeping us up than Tudor is, but long term, I am massively fear for this club, and that isn't going to change. And so, to answer your question, Dermo, can he win me over? Probably not, because I don't think he's the right long-term appointment for Spurs. I want us to have a long-term plan. I want us to have a plan, a proper plan, not these short-term panic reaction things that we keep doing now. I want a proper long-term plan. But I'm not going to get it with these guys in charge, I don't think, Dermo.
Yeah, I'm having because there is a major storm at the moment. Though my Wi-Fi speeds are good, there is a bit of a lag, so I do apologise. It is coming from my end, so I do apologise. Look, I get what you're saying, and I agree with it in a way that he had something to prove. But if we can't, we have to beat Sunderland, don't we, to give ourselves a chance. And will Arthur and Arthur, will you stop and William just back it in? Just be nice to one another. Arthur William's allowed to say what he says, and so the other way around. Just be nice to one another. It's Sunderland's a major test, isn't it? If we get a result there, then I think we might be okay. How many points do you reckon? I reckon 8. We need 8 points to stay up.
I think we need. I would say 3 wins, but I honestly can't see 3 wins. I can see maybe 2 wins. It's going to be close. 2 wins, and maybe if we can sneak a couple of draws. I don't think we need to beat Sunderland, but I do think we need at least a point. I think we need to get a point from some of these games. I don't expect us to beat Sunderland, but we need to grab a point from a couple of leads. We need to beat Wolves, and then maybe Leeds. And Leeds is going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It really is. Leeds is going to be major. That's weird. I'm not supposed to be on that. Never mind. Right. Okay. Yeah. I think the Leeds game, the Wolves game are bankable 3-pointers. I think they're ones we've got to get wins in. Sunderland, I'd be happy to take a point from that. But it all depends, doesn't it? If Wolves beat West Ham or West Ham beat Wolves, and by the time if we get to Leeds and we're sort of 5 points adrift at the bottom, I think then you can say we're going down. It's all about keeping in touch, because where we're all hoping Wolves might do us a favour on Friday, right? There's a good chance West Ham might get 3 points there. And then we know that Forest are playing on Sunday at the same time as us, and they might get a point. So by the time we get to Leeds, we could be 3 points adrift at the bottom of the league. If we're 3 to 5 points adrift at the bottom of the league, and then I think you can say goodnight, RE. it all depends on the start he gets. He needs to get something from Sunderland. He needs the next 3 games. He needs to pick up, in my view, 6 points in the next 3 games, 7 points in the next 3 games. That's my minimum of my only points. I want 7 points.
That's a tough ask. That's a tough ask with this team who've been bad for so long. I think that's a tough ask. I'll be very surprised if he does that in the next 3 games to get 6 points. So what you expect him to get 2 wins out of the next 3 games? I think that's a tall order for this team. For this team and the players we've got, I think that's a tall order considering how bad they've been for the last 2 seasons. That's a tall order, Dermo. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's a tall order, I think.
Okay, if you're being realistic, then how many points do you think at the next 3?
3.
So where's that win coming from? Or is that a win or a draw? No, it's a win. Sorry.
It's a win, I think. We have to beat Wolves, Demo.
Yeah.
That's always been the one for me because yes, Wolves have got nothing to play for, and they will play with a freedom that no other team has other than Burnley, right? Yes, they will play with. There's no pressure on them. They're done. But still, there is a good reason why they are the worst team this year. So if we need to go there and beat them, even though I know we've got a very bad record over recent years against Wolves, but I'm somebody who doesn't care that much about the head-to-head records in recent years. Like, as far as I don't think just because we can't ever go to somewhere and win, right? They are a significantly worse team than us. Well, okay, maybe not significantly. They're worse. They're not significantly worse, bless them, but they are worse than us, right? So logically, and that's how I try to approach things, we should be able to go there and have a good chance of beating them because they are a worse team than us. Just about. Don't know. Just about.
Yeah, I would agree. I just want to talk on this. The accounts were put out the other day, Tequila. We never did get a chance to really talk about it. And just to big up to everyone in the chat. And we never got to talk about it. So I just want to go through them quickly. And we just want to get our thoughts on it. And then we'll sort of end off very quickly talking about what Raymond Vega said about the owners and what he's always coming out and being very vocal about the owners. So if you look at the total revenue was increased to 565.3 million, up from 528.2. The TV and media revenue was down 127, down from 165.9. That's us finishing in 17th place last season. So our TV revenue has dropped. Our match day revenue is up to 126.5 million from 105. That includes the extra UEFA League games as well. So that's why that was up. The 105 was from the season, from the year we weren't in Europe. So,
more games.
It's gone up quite. Yeah. We've got the commercial revenue jumped up from 277.1 million, up from 255.2 million. But we still end up in tax year a loss of 94.7 million, up from 26.2 million. And our club debt has shot up as well from up to 831.2 million from 772.5 million. Is that worrying the last 2, Tequila, that we've now had a yearly loss has shot up from 26.2 million to 94.7 million, and the club debt's also shot up to 831.2 million? But you look at Chelsea, who are in a worse financial state than we are, and gave out the other day even worse financial records than we did. But about Tottenham, does this worry you? How the owners are running us at the moment?
I think it shows me a number of things, and I'm not a financial expert, especially in football. It shows me a number of things. It shows me just how much the Champions League is worth much more than the Europa League, and it's significantly different. It's not a little bit, it's night and day, right? So Europa League, you get very little compared to the Champions League. That's the first thing it shows me. The second thing it shows me is that I wouldn't say Levy, but Enoch gambled on us pretty much being retaining us being a Champions League team, and this is the reason why Levy and Enoch were so desperate to get into the Champions League in the first place, and always only ever really panicked and spent money when we were out of the Champions League to try and get us back into it. Because you can see the revenue difference when we're not in the Champions League. You can see the revenue difference, because if we were in the Champions League last year, Dermo, that number would be significantly much reduced. And this year we'll probably do okay because we got to the final 32. Well, we got to the second phase, didn't we? So we probably actually ended up finishing, was it 5th or 4th in the group, Champions League group? 4th. So we're probably at the end of this year, that will actually probably look a bit better because we had a decent Champions League run. We didn't get to the last 8 or anything, but we had it was decent. It was okay. It was an okay run. So that will look much better next year. But the problem is that next year we'll be lucky if we're in the Premiership next year, let alone any kind of European football. So long term, yes, it will be worrying, but I think it will go up. When these come out next year, it will look a bit better in the short term because of the Champions League revenue that we get this year. But going forward, even if you manage to stay in the Premier League this year, we ain't in Europe next year, and I can't see us getting back into Europe unless we win a cup or something anytime soon. I've got to be honest. So I think we're going to be out of the Champions League for several seasons. That is very worrying because this stadium and everything was built upon the idea that we were always going to be in the Champions League more often than not, or at least every other year we were going to be in the Champions League. And I think we're going to be going through a period maybe of 4 or 5 seasons. And I might be being optimistic because I don't think we're getting back into the Champions League in the next 3 or 4 seasons. I can't see it. I can't see us getting anywhere near the Champions League in the next couple of seasons. So that is going to be a problem long term, Dermo, because this debt we've got and everything is the precipice was meant to be that we're in the Champions League every season, that we're now a Champions League team. But we've fallen away so much, and now this is the problem.
No, you're right. You're right in what you're saying. And also, I think we might be competing for the Conference and Europa Leagues, I think, for the next couple of seasons. I think that's where we're going to be. And I don't think that's a bad thing either, because if you do win the Europa League, that does get you in the Champions League football as well. So, and if you win the Conference League, it gets you into Europa League football. So I think there are 2 European competitions that we should take seriously.
But financially, Dermo,
I know financially.
They're minuscule compared to the Champions League. They're minuscule compared to the Champions League.
I agree with you. I think we're look. I don't think I'm more looking. I mean, we've got Greg said, big up to Ed Fell, Ed fan, big up Dermot, everyone back from international break. De Zerbi must be the save. Coys from a nightly Hamburg in Germany. Big up. Can't believe we go out the I can't believe some of the places we people watch us from. And big up to Greg Cellnet, the only place to get your old phone from BT Cellnet back in the day. Do you remember BT Cellnet back in the day?
I remember.
Yeah. Big up, Greg. I think even 4 or 5 seasons is very optimistic, Tequila. I'm looking close to a decade if things stay as they are with this stupid board. And right from that, what do you want to see from the board this summer? Do you want to see the sacking of Vini and Lang? I mean, you always said, to be fair to you, that you would give the Lewis family this summer to prove to you that they're willing to back a manager and bring players in. We know this squad needs complete overhaul. Have you the faith in them to make the right decisions? Which I think this is proved with the manager's choice that Vini and Lang don't have any confidence. I don't have any confidence in them. But where are you on it? Is this season for you make or break for you when it comes to the Lewis family? And with Vini and Lang, do you want them out? Do you think they should sack them? the day after, well, the season ends on May the 24th. So on the 25th of May, while we're doing our season review show that week, we'll come on the 25th with breaking news that Vini and Lang have both been relieved of their duties. Would you be happy to hear that?
I think let me quickly. There's quite a lot to unpack there, Dermo. Let me quickly.
Sorry, I don't mean sorry. I apologise.
Yeah, let me, because you've got the Greg Salent with his comment there, and then underneath him you've got William saying Man United. So I was going to reply before William put his. I was going to reply, and I was going to actually use Villa as an example, but Man United also is a decent example. I was going to say it didn't take Villa when Emery went in there, right? Very quickly he got them on the ascendancy. Right, I think Emery's. I would have died to have Emery as our manager. I said it years ago, right? So he's one of the best managers in the Premier League. I'd probably put him third or fourth, right, out of the manager, in my opinion, in the Premier League. So in quite a quick time, without spending even that much, they spent, but not crazy money. They didn't. They spent, but they didn't spend crazy money. Villa. So yes, you can in 4 or 5 seasons. You can. And as Williams put there, United, in a very quick, they're battling for Champions. They might not do it, but they're battling for Champions League. They finished more or less just barely in front of us. So you can turn it around in a season or two. You can. I don't think our manager's going to be here in a season or two. That's my problem, because we hired another hothead. So, but you can turn it around within a couple of seasons. So I think 4 or 5 years to me is optimistic, but Greg, I think a decade. See, it doesn't have to take a decade. I think Villa proved that it hasn't got to take a decade. Newcastle proved it doesn't got to take a decade, and United are proving as well that it doesn't have to take a decade. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, but it doesn't have to take a decade, in my opinion. But to answer your question there, Mo, do I still have faith in Enoch? I never really had faith in him to begin with. I just felt it was the right thing to do, to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. And I felt and do still feel that they need a proper transfer window under their belt when it comes to analysing their ability to buy players. But I would be lying to you if I said I thought that this season would go the way it did. I had us at 9th, and I was the negative one, and I had us at 9th. So even I was not expecting what we've seen this year. I wasn't. I don't think anyone really was expecting. Let's be honest here. None of us really thought we would be as bad as we've been this year. I don't think anyone really thought we were going to be this bad. So it was very hard to ever predict, the levels of crapness we've become. So you can analyze them a bit more, in my opinion, because you've seen how they react in pressure situations, and they react terribly. That's not good. I think they've showed their naivety as owners. I think it showed that they get flustered. I think it showed that they only care about short-termism. They don't care about. They've got no long-term plans. And for me, that's very, very worrying. How they've dealt with Thomas Frank and how they've dealt with Tudor is worrying. And you can turn around and say, well, Tequila, it's not they're not football people. They shouldn't do this. That they don't have that knowledge. And I agree with you. Then it comes to their delegation skills, doesn't it? Now, Vini, we think was a Levy appointment and not Viv and Charlie, right? If that's so, then whether you like it or not, Levy fans, his performance, and he was brought in by Levy. Now, if that's true, then he still is a part of the Levy decision making. So I can't blame Charlie and Viv for Vinny, can I? If he was not their choice. That is, if that was Levy's choice, and I'm assuming it was based on the timing, because we both saw them. Dermo remembers the video. It was Valentine's Day video with Vinny and Levy, right? So he came in under Levy's watch. So I'm putting him that he was Levy's decision to bring him in. I'm assuming that without knowing every detail. I'm assuming that. So his legacy is a part of Levy's legacy because Levy delegated Vinny. Levy chose Vinny. So that's a Levy decision, not a Charlie and Viv decision. Now, Charlie and Viv has persevered with him. That might be on them. But initially, he was brought in by Levy. So that's on Levy, not these guys. So these guys are going to have to prove to me, and I see no evidence of this, by the way. Dermo's right. Vinay should not be in a job. And how Lang's still there, I'll never know, because he's even the biggest banana of the bunch. right? That's a travesty that man's still there. Considering the team that he's built us, right? A lot of that's on him. So there's no way that he should 100% be gone. They might feel that Vinay needs a bit longer because he hasn't been there as long. There's no way that Lang survives the summer. I'll be shocked, Dermo, if Johan Lang survives the summer. And if he does survive the summer, then I will lose all faith in them, because if they can't realize what a banana he is, then there really is no hope. But to try to answer your question, I know I'm rabbiting on. Their delegation skills worry me greatly, but I don't think I can blame them for Vinay. But the fact that they've persevered with them worries me.
Yeah. No, I have to agree with you. I have to agree. Look, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Vinay and Lang are both gone. Because why would you, as an owner, want two idiots to... I mean, and what gets me as well, they keep blaming Levy. I mean, the man's been gone since when? When did Levy get sacked? August?
Well, no,
September?
September, August, wasn't it?
Why are they blaming him? Then in the one video, you're saying you admire him so greatly and you're lauding him, and oh, I wish I was like you, Daniel. Oh yes, Daniel, I love you, Daniel, and I'll bring you out for dinner after this, Daniel. It's like watching, as you said, the end of first dates. You know, we will see each other again. I was going to say something, but I won't.
Get thrown off the
Leave
air.
that to your imagination.
Yeah, don't say anything. It's not even
No.
9 yet.
Yeah, just get you know what ready. Well, and then 3 months down the line, in a Ford meeting, he's slagging him off, saying, "Well, he didn't leave us financially great. He left us in a bit of a mess." Well, by the time Levy leaving and you having full control of it, I think, mate, it's you that's made the mess. You've cocked up, and then you kept listening to a donut, a Danish donut, by the way. No disrespect to any Danish people watching us, but Johan Lang is a donut. You're listening to him keeping another donut in the job, when even Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder could tell you he needed to be sacked. So if they're not gone, I have no faith in the sport. You know that as well as I do. You have a bit more faith because of what they might do in the summer.
I wouldn't say it's faith, Dermo. It's just it's a code that I have that I think everyone deserves a chance. I wouldn't say I've got any faith in them. I think it's going to be terrible, but I still think they deserve the window to see if they've got anything about them. But it's looking very bleak. I haven't got any faith in it. I don't think it's going to go well at all. They keep making terrible decisions, but the part that I'm really stuck on is, have they taken a back seat and just said, "Okay, Vinay, this is all on you, mate. Levy brought you in. It's all on you. You decide everything that happens, right?" And if they've taken that step back, that is kind of what you want as good owners. You don't really want to hear about them. I don't want to know about these owners, I'm fed up of hearing them in the news. I don't want to know about them. Keep their mouths shut, right? Hire football people to do the football job and keep your mouth shut. That's what I want the owners to do. That's what I want them to do. Shut up, right? Put your money where your mouth is. Be fair to the fans and be honest and transparent to the fans. Delegate well to people who know about the industry, because you don't know, because you're not football people, right? You've hired, or at least you've retained Vinay, right? And that part is your decision. You decided to retain Vinay, but is Lang there because of Vinay? Vinay surely is the one who should decide Lang's future. So once again, it comes back to actually, is it Vinay's fault that Lang is still there? Does Vinay still have faith in Lang? I assume that he does, or he would be gone. Or is it just like they don't want to ruffle any feathers until the summer? I'm hoping that that's what it is. They don't want to ruffle any more feathers, right? Too much upheaval already. They don't want to ruffle any more feathers to the summer. That's what I'm hoping it is, but I don't know for sure.
I don't know. Look, we are going to finish off because I know you have to be somewhere. So we're going to finish off now in a minute. Just welcome a few people in. I want to say big up to Ricky Villa. Big up Vicky Jesus, he says. Big up, Coys. Let me know when you're on again, Ricky, and I will join you, bud. Big up to Giant 68. He says, big up Dermo and Tequila and chat. Big up to you,
Hey,
bud.
mate.
Big up to Mick. Hope you and the missus are all right, Mick. He says
Hey, Mick.
Southampton are 1-0 up. Oh, please make Southampton win that game. That would be funny. That would be funny. My mate went into the bookies the other day, Tequila, right, and stocked €20 on Man City completing the treble,
It's optimistic.
the
but why
domestic
not?
treble.
Yeah.
How funny would that be?
That would be great if Arsenal go up. Just for the giggles.
I think they're going to. Do you know what? I've been saying it. I reckon it's going to go to the last game of the season, us to stay up, and Arsenal to lose the league.
I don't want it going to the last game of the season, Demo.
It's going to go to last. I've been telling you for months. It's going. If we, as I said before, I'm very conscious of time, so I'm quickly in this. We don't need to go to the Chelsea game, Tequila, needing something. If we get to the last two games needing wins to stay up, then we're in big problems. I want to get to the Chelsea game with nothing riding on it.
We ain't getting nothing at Chelsea. Look, we know we're not. We never do, right? We ain't getting nothing at Chelsea. Are you confident of beating Everton with our home record? Other
Not
years,
really,
you might.
no. Other years, Brighton.
Yeah, I mean, because Moyes has got Everton doing well, so
yeah.
I think we'll be lucky to get a draw against Everton. So if we need more than 1 point going into that last game, I have very, very big fears about being relegated if we need more than a point going into that last game.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
Are you going to that game? Did you say you were going to go to that game, Dermo?
No, I'm not going to it now.
Okay.
I'd rather spend it on here with you guys and do the commentary and do the watch along with you guys. It's more fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to be in that stadium if you get relegated on the last day, Demo. I don't know if I'd want to be there either.
No. I want to come in and spend it with you guys and have a rant with you guys. That's the main thing. Big up to Bobby Boy. It says, been on here before, Dermot. Don't recognise you. Bobby Boy. Okay. Anyway, Dermot, as a Spurs man for 60 years, taking my grandchildren to White Hart Lane and Wembley, Levy was our built shield. He kept us in a safe place. Keep the faith, guys. Fair enough.
I mean, do I think we'd be in his position under Levy? Part of me probably says no, because Levy generally is more ruthless. But like I say, he kept the face with Ange much longer than I thought he should have in the league. But as Dermo does correctly say, and people who will defend Ange, last season there was 3 significantly terrible teams. This season there's only 2 significantly terrible teams. That's the difference.
Yeah.
But put it this way: if this season was last season, do you think Levy would have stuck with Ange? I don't think he would have.
No, we were 13 points clear. We never really were in relegation problems. Exactly. So I think that's why he stuck with them. This season, no. If this was last season, no way. He would have made a change early in the season by now.
I think he would have made a change in January. I think yes.
I think he would have done. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. And look, we can use him winning a trophy all we want, Tequila, but it was only masking the pure problems we have at this football club, off and on the field. So how good of a night that was, hindsight's a great thing, but looking back at it now, I just feel that I think it was masking a major problem at this football club. I really do. But look, we will talk about it more on Monday. Do you see, if I can keep that one to Monday, Giant, I am going to do a Tottenham update on Monday. So if I can keep that one, because I want to talk a little bit about takeovers and everything next week. So if we can keep that to then, bud, very quickly, yes, I do, but I'll keep it to then. Big up to, I expect a league position. What do you expect? We always sell our top players. We do. Reprieve. But Tequila, where can people find you? We know you have
Um,
an excellent gaming channel, so do put in there, and you have an excellent gaming channel as well, a wrestling channel, I should say.
Yeah, yeah. So the gaming channel is called the Play Pouch. I did finish my current game last night, so I'll be taking a little bit of a break until I decide what to
Boo!
play next.
Boo! We want Tequila back. We want
No,
XCOM back.
I have to let some of the other guys on the channel have their moment of shine. So tonight there's going to be South Park. If you guys like your South Park, that's starting at 9. So in a couple of minutes, it won't be me. But one of the channel members is doing South Park. If you like South Park, so go and watch a very rude game. But that's why we're waiting until past 9 o'clock, so that because there's a lot of rude stuff in it. So that's coming up. I'm not sure what I'm playing next term. I'm going to take the weekend. I'm taking a couple of days off, and then I'll decide. See what people want me to play. That's the Play Pouch, and also I'm on the No Sell Wrestling channel. We do shows. Currently, it's every Wednesday night. We're doing shows on the lead up to WrestleMania. So please join us there. I'll put the link in the chat. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah. I am looking for something. If you can just keep nabbling. Oh, there we go. Got it. That's what I wanted. Right. So, if you can do me a favor, I do have a gaming channel. If you can. Me and James. At the moment, James is. I wonder. A lot of people ask me what James is. James is taking some family time out. He will be back. I think more the start and the summer and the season, but he will be back. So for the time being, you're stuck with the genius that is Tequila and the ugly mutt that's me. So yeah. Sorry about that, but that's what you're going to get. Simon Jordan and his sidekick on TalkSport. Yeah, if you do want to follow me,
Tim White, is that his name? I can't remember his name.
Jim White.
Jim. Who's Tim White? Yeah, Jim White. That's it. Tim. He's Tim White.
Who's Tim White?
I don't know.
Anyway, if you can follow me on Twitch, hit that Twitch channel for Oddball Gaming. Do over there. We're looking to get to 25 followers so we can get monetized. If we can, so that'd be great. So, guys, I know a lot of you hit. Just go over, hit the follow button. If you can, that'd be great. Do it on Tequila's as well, and also. Whatever I do on Twitch will be uploaded onto our YouTube channel. So if you can give that there, but do definitely give the Play Pouch a link and the wrestling channel as well. Guys, that is it. We're not on tomorrow. I'll be back Monday with the Tottenham update with all the news. And then we're going to build up to the game at the weekend. So looking forward to that. Whatever you do, enjoy the rest of Easter. Happy Easter for me and the gang here. Yep. See you Monday. Come on, you Spurs. In the big cockerel we trust.